Hi everybody. Today you're going to see us preparing a car to go down to the Street Rod Nationals. This is a car I bought probably about 6 months ago. It's pretty much all original. It's got 62,000 original miles on it. It's a 1938 Ford two-door sedan. We've done a few minor things to it. When we bought it, it had new glass that had been rewired. The brakes had been gone through. It runs like a clock. It's got the original flathead motor in it, and it just runs great. We're doing a couple things to it. The guy that actually put it together put exhaust on it with no mufflers on it, and it's actually obnoxious to drive. It's so loud you can't even hear yourself think.
It sounds great at like idle and stuff because it gives that nice little throaty sound to the flatty, but it's when you're driving, it's pretty rough. It's rough.
We're putting a couple, they're called Smithies. They've been around forever. They're probably one of the first aftermarket mufflers made. They're a glass pack style. They're not going to be super quiet, but
as you can see, it's not long at all either. So it actually is very long. So the worst part is I have to cut out quite a bit of the X member underneath the car so it'll fit through, but it's not bad. It's where we decided to put them that is the only reason I got to cut all that stuff out.
And you can get shorter ones. It's not a big deal. We enlarged, there's holes in the cross member to begin with. I've got a new old stock fender for the passenger side that we're going to put on. We painted the wheels. They were just black wheels. We painted them a little bit brighter orange color with, we used some Candy Summit orange paint for it over top of a copper color. We're putting white wall portables on it. We're not going to run this suspension system forever, so we figured we'd throw the portables on it.
So the goal of this video is pretty much just kind of to show you, you can get something like this and just with like rattle bombs, some other little things, you can make a car look 1,000 times better just by like rattle canning the suspension, cleaning it up some, polishing some of the stuff. Granted, on this there isn't much to polish, but it's going to be a really cool car. Like, we got new V8 signs for it. I've been working on taking the dents out of the trim for it. You'll see the hubcaps that I have taken the dents out of, filed them down, polished everything, and they look 1,000 times better. They aren't perfect yet, but they look 1,000 times better than they did. All right, let's get to work, Terrence.
All right.
So far, some of the stuff we've replaced this. License plates getting changed out for a different one. We're gonna get new taillight lenses so they match and everything. We'll get them down at the show. This needs to come off because the guy bolted it on, but this needs to come off so we can actually use it on the new gas tank.
The gas tank is a new unit from a company called Tanks. Summit actually carries them. They make a huge line of fuel tanks. They even make them if you want to put fuel injection in an earlier model car. This one's pretty much just a stock replacement.
This is a brand new piece, so it was all brand new sheet metal. What I did was I just took like 10 different colors of spray cans and kind of patinaed it in. And then I still have to go to a craft store and get some acrylic paint. And then I'll stipple some stuff on here so it looks like it's got some rust to kind of make it match this and kind of blend in a little more, because I got to get some rust back up in here where I blended it and everything. And then I'll get some satin gloss clear or semi-gloss and kind of fade up into here so it matches a little better. So it'll look a lot better when you see it before we leave for the show.
We're actually cleaning up the piece that goes here, and we're going to put a little bit of paint on it. I bought this from a guy and with another handle. Our handle was dented up and beat up pretty good. This is actually the original 38 license plate. They were originally white and black, and we put a light coat of white on it, and I used Summit Candy Orange on it, and we just kind of faded. As you can tell, it's a little bit lighter at the bottom. Then Kerry lettered everything, put the edges and stuff on it. You can see right here, there's a little rust right here. And this piece is missing from here to here. So what we're gonna do is, we've already cut a new piece. As you can see, we put a new piece in here, and we're gonna go ahead and weld a new piece in here. We'll fix this chunk in the back that's missing, but we'll weld a new piece in here and finish that off, and then Kerry will just patina it a little bit for now. Newspaper has lint in it, and if you rub on it, you'll see there's stuff that comes off of it. So if you're gonna paint a whole car, using that is not good to paint, because when you spray up around like the windshield and stuff that you have taped off, you'll get lint, little pieces of lint, which is gonna be dirt in your paint, and it's not gonna look good. So if you're gonna paint a car, get the proper paper to use. And we have a machine that has it pre-taped and everything.
This was just already
we
sitting
just
over
didn't
here.
feel it was sitting there, and we didn't feel like going over and getting it. So, and this is just a quickie touch-up.
Used our wire wheel, cleaned up the underneath some. Just doing black because that's what the stuff originally came as. I mean, once we redo some stuff on it, we'll probably make it a little different, a little nicer. So far we got the exhaust done, we got the fender well painted and everything, we got the suspension kind of cleaned up and painted, or took the windshield out because it had no rubber in it whatsoever. But one of the coolest things is we got presents. So you know it's always a good day when you get to stop here, when you go to Summit, and when you get the Summit boxes in the driveway when you get home. So now what I need to do is I need to go sandblast the rear bumper brackets, take the front bumper off, sandblast those back brackets. So this is before, nice and rusty, crusty, you know, goes with the name of the car, rusty. There's all three, fourth one's on the ground, but they look like new. So now we're gonna go primer them and paint them black. This is the door hinge pin puller tool from Bob Drake. This thing's actually really cool. It's really helpful because sometimes these are a pain in the butt to get out. What you do is you put it over the hinge pin, so even when it's on, get this top nub in this hole, set it down in, and then you take this and put it up through where your hinge pin goes. And then you just screw it in. The further you screw it in, more it pushes it up.
These are actually Bob Drake reproduction mirrors. They're really nice quality. We may change these out down the road. This piece of chrome strip is missing, and they actually make a mirror that bolts in here. So I may end up taking this off, put that mirror in, then the chrome strip would be complete all the way down the side of the car. But for right now, we're gonna use these. I assembled the mirror on here. It comes in two pieces. So I assembled the mirror on. We're gonna put this on the hinge, and then I can move it a little bit to where I need to have it so we can drill a little hole down the bottom to keep it in place. So Kerry's in it. He's going to adjust the mirror so he can see out of it. Let me get this up here so you can push it with a hand. Now we got our little mark there. We'll do some quick drilling and tap that mark, and we'll be good shape. We're going to try to put her back together here. See if we can get everything to line up. Again, this is a stainless steel pin, so I put some anti-seize on it. All right, so we're going to tap her down in here, hopefully. And as far as it's going, put the screw in.
Good enough.
There, we're in.
Let's go over what we did. So we got a little pinstriping done to it. I had fixed all the chrome strips, and I could spend a lot more time on them, but for lack of time, I just kind of got them roughly shaped back in and everything. Got the front bumper cleaned up, put new bumper guards on it. So we got the wheels done, which this is a really cool color. This stuff, the door looked pretty rough, the quarter looked pretty rough, it was all dull and stuff. So what we did was we actually used 2000 grit or 1500 grit sandpaper, sanded the whole thing down to knock down some of the rust and stuff, some of the pitting, and then buffed the door, the quarter, and the rear fender, and then like this section. We got the deck lid buffed. It's still a little dirty, got compound on it. Did a little pinstriping back here. Got new tail light lenses found at a swap meet. Buffed the rear bumper. Put the new bumperettes on it. Painted the bumper brackets. Got new bumper bracket rubber. And we finished up the exhaust. Got it all going. And it looks killer to me. I think it looks really cool because the tips kind of come off pigeon-toed, so they're pointed in. I think it looks really slick. And as you can see, the original fender's back on, because unfortunately we found out that apparently 39 and 40 Ford rear two-door sedan fenders are different as well. So I ended up trying for probably a half hour, 45 minutes trying to get the 39-40 one to fit, and then I came to find out, I know, I'll hold them up next to each other. The guy told us it was a 38. This one's about 4 inches, 5 inches taller and about 3 inches shorter. So we ended up cleaning up underneath the fender well and then just putting this one back on, which is fine with us. It matches the car, goes with the tone. So we did a few things to the interior, as you can see, not a lot. Put the brake pedal, clutch pedal pads on, and then I just pinstriped the dash and put Rusty on there, which is the car's nickname because, as you can tell, it's rusty. Nice blankets on because mohair in 90-degree weather isn't a good match. But other than that, we didn't really do much to the interior. Just kind of got it ready to roll. All right, there you go, guys. There's the 38 all finished up, ready for the show. If you're out and about in the area, come down to the Street Rod Nats. If you see us out and about, say hello. Take it easy, and we'll see you in Louisville.